You're fine. Hi, folks. So I am here on Simply Flamazing Art, and I'm Amanda. If you are new to me, I have a guest today, and I'm so excited about it. Let me find myself. I always like to find myself, even though because sometimes people have Facebook user, you know, and
Yeah,
so
I don't blame you. I'm looking for you too. I'm waiting for it to pop up so I can share it
usually
over on my
usually
page.
it takes a minute. There
Yeah.
we go. I'm up.
Good. That wasn't bad. That was really quick.
No.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, happy Friday. I have Grace
Weekend.
with the Comfy Nest with Grace on with me today, and I am so excited about this. I have been following her for a long time.
Oh,
With the, I guess, do you still do Essential Stencil? I haven't seen you do much.
I'm an ambassador. I just have not been using stencils a whole lot lately, but I
Okay,
still am an ambassador. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I thought, and I mean, it's been back that long ago.
That's been at least 5 years I've been an ambassador. I was one of the OGs. I'm
Yep.
one of the OGs for them.
So,
For sure.
um, anyway, hey Cindy, how are you? And so, let me let a few folks hop
Yeah,
on.
I'm
Hey
waiting.
Sherry, how are you? If you wanna share, that's fine into whatever.
I'm waiting for it to pop up, but absolutely.
I'm gonna
Thanks for having me. We're super excited. Amanda and I are connected now with a collaborative effort. There's a few of us creatives who are working together to bring something very exciting. I just can't wait. It's going to be great.
it is.
Yeah,
It's awesome. And I am so excited about it. Hey Cindy, how are you? And Sherry and my folks. Um
there we
we
go.
have a couple people watching. But it
Hi,
is
everybody. I'm going to see once I get it. Oh, there you are. It popped up finally. Once I get it over to my page, we'll see some of the crafty chicks from over on my page come over too.
great.
There we go. I did it.
There we
I
go,
did
Cindy.
it.
You
That
did
was
it.
easy. It feels like such an accomplishment when we get this stuff worked out, right?
All of the like, how are
I
we
always
gonna
say I'm a one-woman show. I'm like, I'm doing the lights, I'm doing the camera, I'm doing the crafting, I'm doing the audio.
I'm doing the website. I'm doing all of these things. Hi, Sherry. Hi. Hi,
The
Diana
work lady.
and Peggy. Janice, how are you? Hi, hi. My Siri is going off, y'all. When I say Sherry, my Siri goes off.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, she won't speak to me if I call her by her name. But when I say hi to Sherry when she jumps on, and she usually responds, and right now on my phone, she's going off like, hello.
She's greeting you back. Well, welcome to her too, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. Welcome to her also. Hi, Diana. How are you? If you're new to me, my name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, and I am here with Grace. And if you're new to Grace, Grace, introduce yourself. And
Okay. I sure will. Yeah, my name is Grace Kurtz. I live in North Dakota, so I'm a lot of the creatives are down south, a lot of you girls, and I'm way up north. So to all the northern North American friends, special greeting, but also to those of you in the south. I pick up some of your southern, like sometimes I say y'all, and I don't even know where that comes from. I grew up in Boston. But now I say y'all, and my family is like, "What are you saying?" I say, "I'm hanging out with all the creative chicks from down south. That's what's happening."
well, Janice is
So
from North Dakota. She says hi from North Dakota. So she.
yeah, she's one of my crafty chicks. Thanks for coming on over to Amanda's page, you guys. This is fabulous to be able to share together, create together. You'll see us both doing well. Amanda's working on actual
Actual like.
playing cards, and I have plain white ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can cut your ATCs, your artist trading cards can be cut from paper, cardstock, cardboard. You do whatever you want, but they
Right.
traditionally have the same size, which is that playing card size. So it's two and a
Right.
half by 3.5.
3.5. Right.
Yep. So I'm gonna gesso mine so I can do something fun with them.
Yep. I'm looking for mine too. I'm like, where did I put that? That's
Yeah,
in my.
so my business page, I didn't even tell you guys. So Grace Kurtz in North Dakota, my business page, Amanda mentioned the Comfy Nest with Grace.
Yes.
Has really evolved. I've been doing this since 2016. And at my page, like me, it's really evolved. You know how your interests change, and even the amount of time that I have to create and do things has changed because my kids are now both in high school. I have high school teenage boys. They are not interested in hanging out with their mama the way they used to be.
But they used to hang out with mom, and you're like,
and they don't want to craft. So imagine that when I create and craft, it's really my downtime, my me time. And I am more than thrilled and happy to share it with folks on social media because it's a great way to find like-minded people to share it with.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I would not have met so many of you if it weren't for social media. So it really is a blessing.
Yeah, it is. And I have so many good friends that I have met, and still to this day, like you and I just recently started working together, and
Right.
it's been amazing. And
it is, because like I said, we would never have met or had an opportunity to collaborate if it weren't for all this technology. So I know technology can be so challenging, especially, I'm middle-aged, I'm 50, and I feel like I do a pretty good job, but it moves faster than my head can move, my brain.
Yeah.
Things change really quickly. So I can too get like, oh, this technology. But then I have to remember it's the blessing that allows us to connect and share with each other.
That's
I
right.
try to really focus on the positive stuff and leave all the challenges to my 16-year-old. He's the one he fixes it. I call him my IT guy.
Your IT person?
Yeah.
It works too, right?
So D Phillips is saying hello in the comments. Hi, D.
Hey,
How are you?
Yay.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, tell us where you're coming from. Janice is in North Dakota like me. She's a fellow North Dakotan, but where's everybody else coming in from?
Yeah, tell
in
us.
the country or in the world. I have had a few people from the UK on my page recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't it neat? It's so fun when people come from other places.
I love it when people are from like the United States or whatever, but it's really fun when you're like, well, what's the weather like in Canada today? Or, you know, or the UK or wherever.
Okay, if I use a little is it going to be too loud for you guys? I'm going to mute myself for just a second.
Okay. I'm putting a little primer on my cards, guys. I am using actual playing cards, and I am putting primer on the back side because I want the front side, which is mainly white, to be where I put my information, right? So when you're doing artist trading cards, you want to be able to put your information on them, because the whole point is you trade them. And I actually don't have a whole lot to show. I could show others.
I could show that we made in my membership group. So, or on live. This one says, "My life is my message." And it's just a vintage gal with a watercolor background. This one is a cat. It says, "Be a voice, not an echo." It's just, they're just funny little, I like to keep mine on a key ring. I know some people like to keep theirs in plastic sleeves, like, for holding baseball or collector cards. I put mine, these next four were all made with napkins. Look at the
nice. Yeah. That box is so super cute. I love that.
There are so many cute napkins in the world. I mean, how do you choose, right?
Right.
This one I love too.
Walk out of like the Tuesday morning with like 52 things of napkins.
I don't have a Tuesday morning. My sister has one where she is, and she absolutely loves to go to that store for napkins. But I live in a small rural town, so I just don't have that option. I sell napkins in my shop, and it's my way of like finding the stuff that I think is really appealing to a lot of, for all of you guys to use. It's been really fun to kind of get that stuff up in there so that we can just create to our little heart's content with all these images. So I see you have rice paper.
I do.
What you doing with the rice paper? What's the plan?
Well, the plan is I did these cards. I might even be able to do more than just these. And I just put some primer on them. I'm going to put a little bit of white on them. I want to make sure they're not 100% stuck to this piece of paper that I have underneath.
Right.
And then I thought I would just like decoupage the paper on the card and then worry about cutting them out.
Well, there you go.
And so that way I'm doing like multiples at the same time.
Right. That's very smart. I'm going to go grab a stencil.
And then I can change like what I put on each one. But I really love this paper, and I just thought this would be a great way to use it. And I might be able to get 8 of them.
Right, using a big piece of paper. Like you can use not only, you know, for those of you watching, if you don't have rice paper on hand, any decorative paper. Heck, you
Right.
could do that with a newspaper. Use the
You
newspaper as
could.
your background.
You could. You could have newspaper. You could have just regular paper. Um,
Yeah, tissue paper.
Tissue,
Um,
I mean, napkin. It wouldn't matter. Whatever you want to put on them.
yep. Oh, this is a cool one. I haven't decided what color medium I'm going to use yet, Amanda. I don't know if I'm going to use paint or stamps or like ink or what.
I've got some little sprays that I might try. I have not tried them. I got them. A friend sent me some to try, and I might do that.
I
Hi.
love playing with sprays. I mean, I did that a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Hi, Dee. How are you? Good to see you. I have my friend Grace with the company Nest with Grace with me today, and we are making artist trading cards.
Yes, we are.
We are working with a couple of other creatives on a collaboration that we are so excited about.
Yeah, coming out in July. It's going to come really fast, Amanda. You realize this, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like July is on us.
I can't believe it. It blows my mind.
I know, me too. Me also. It's like, where did it go? I don't know. Um, I'm just drying the primer.
I'm
You
going to
did
go
your
with,
first cards yesterday. Sherry said she did her first cards yesterday.
oh,
It
nice.
doesn't have to be a set of 6. It could just be
Doesn't.
one.
You can
You
just do
don't,
one. That's the
you
nice thing.
don't
They're
have
so
to.
little and they're so, it's like a manageable chunk of surface to create on. It's like
Right.
really not intimidating at all.
Right. No, you don't have to do any particular number. I'm doing this number only because I'm gonna do this paper, and I'm just gonna decoupage all the paper onto the cards and do like all of them at one time, and then that way my paper, I don't have to like keep up with little scraps of paper.
Right. That
You
makes
know,
sense.
the decoupage papers, once you kind of like cut them, they're kind of hard to, well, they're not. They are, but they're not. And so for these small cards, there you would certainly not use enough to make it like not usable or like, well, I'm not doing anything that small. I keep my small pieces and I put them together in collages though. So I do that. But I just thought this would be kind of something quick to show.
Yeah, that's a really fast way to get them all background all at once.
Right. And I thought it would just be, I could grow my showing of them, even if I don't finish them all in the same way or the same manner, but I would have some to show because I really need some to show.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
We haven't swapped in a while. We've swapped in my membership group. But I'm looking forward to what we have coming up.
I
Like I won't say anything more, but
can't say anymore. I know, but I want to so bad, right?
no, we can't let the cat out of the bag just yet.
But no, we can't. We have to be a little bit on that, like wait until we have things worked out a little bit more.
Yeah, we've been working. Actually, it's so interesting that that's come up, Amanda, because I'm not sure that like when you're watching but you're not part of the planning of it, I'm not sure that everybody, well, they can't see all the meetings behind the scenes and the
Right,
chats where we're chatting about it and
right.
discussing and
And we
debating, like, is this the best way to do it, or should we do it this way? And we have been chatting a lot, this
a lot. I mean,
collaborative group, because we really want to put out something awesome.
right.
That's the
And
plan.
it takes time. And
Hmm.
thank you, Dee and Dee, for sprinkling the love. I love it when y'all sprinkle the love. Sherry, you'll have to share your card you did. You'll have to send us a picture. I'm just putting down some decoupage glue. You could use any kind of glue. You can even use a sealer, or you could use whatever. I just have my decoupage glue that I really love. I also love the meltdown sealer.
Oh, I haven't used that before.
It's a Paint Pixie product.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
I really like it, especially if you're doing something um thinner like napkins or tissue paper. It does great because sometimes when you do the thicker decoupage glues, they tend to snag the napkin, if you get it on
Sure.
your fingers or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I'm
So I really like it.
I think I lost you for a minute there. I'm not a huge fan of Mod Podge with napkins. It's just
Mhm.
it's too thick and clumpy.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a little this one is a little thick. It's not nowhere near as thick as Mod Podge. This is great for papers, if you're doing like regular paper on something. This one's great. It's actually a product I get from overseas, and it's one that I'm going to have a hard time getting go forward because of the shipping and all of that.
Oh, that's becoming an issue, isn't it?
It is.
It
And
really is.
I actually am
Unfortunate.
switching to a Pentart product that I can get here in the United States.
Yeah,
And
I get Pentart too from Decoupage Queen. So
Mhm.
I'm a retailer for them. So
Yeah.
their products, Amanda, if you haven't used them yet, they are awesome. They
Oh,
really are.
I'm a retailer for them too.
Oh,
And
good. So you already know the quality
oh,
is nothing that you have to worry about. I mean, it's really awesome.
great. It's awesome quality, and Teresa is awesome.
Yeah.
And um but yeah, that's where I get my, and then back this paper is a decoupage queen paper.
There you go. Which one is it?
It's
It's
the Andy Skinner. It's the
one
new
of theirs.
Andy
Yeah,
Skinner.
it's the colors are beautiful.
Um the floral collage it's called.
Oh, there you go.
And so
I'm trying to decide what fabrics to put on. I need some texture. I like something tactile on on my stuff. I gotta go get some fabric. I
okay.
mean, when I say I gotta go get some fabric, girls, I'm not leaving the room. I'm like literally a couple of feet away.
Right, exactly. You're
I
like
usually roll on my chair to the other side of the desk to get it, but it looks like I'm leaving you, and I'm not. I'm right here.
she's still here.
I'm still here. It's just I only have the camera only gets this one little 1.5 foot span of space.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I have a lot of coffee stained cheesecloth that I like to use, and I'm running out.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to do a little more of that soon. Make some more.
We are making artist trading cards, and I'm actually using cards from a deck of cards. And so I used a piece of decoupage paper, and I just signed several cards.
You know what's an interesting chat to have or
Hi,
conversation to
Jane.
have?
How are you? Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean
That's
to.
okay. No, about the using the deck of cards. I've seen some people, some creatives, use the playing side with the number, and the diamond or the club, and I to decorate, and some use the back side, so that you really have both options. I think
Yeah.
most ATCs are not decorated on both sides. I mean, the whole idea is to showcase one little piece of art, that you're showcasing. And then on
Right.
the back, we usually write when you're, especially if you're trading, like who made it, what the date was, if it was part of an event or a challenge or a group that you belong to.
Mm-hmm.
So the back is usually left so that you can take notes or write a note, and the front is the decorative part of it. But I absolutely love the playing card artist trading cards, the ones where you can see the Queen of Hearts kind
Right.
of in the design of it. I just love them so much. I think they're so clever.
Well, this one is I'm putting the paper on the back side. So I have the
Right.
other side.
Right. Showing.
With,
That's what I was noticing. So I love
yeah,
I love that. I love that. Love that.
I figure, you can see the writing better than they're trying to write on that side was just kind of my like
Yeah.
thought process.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I love to be able to see the actual playing card when it's a deck of cards. I have so many die cut stickers and just stuff that can be used
Uh-huh.
for these cards. I mean, I know I'm not alone. I'm a big advocate of using up your stash, like using
That's
up what you've got, because we generally, as creatives, have a lot of stuff on hand.
right. I kind of do more painting than I do paper crafting,
Okay.
but I have been like, I have done it all at some point in my life. Like you, I am 50. Well, I'm 52,
Yeah, we're
and so
about the same age.
a couple years older, you know, but at some point I have done a little bit of all of it.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, I started out just general crafts and furniture painting, and then moved over. Well, I was quilting before that and scrapbooking before that. How can I forget?
Mhm.
Quilting and scrapbooking. Then I started furniture painting and like thrift store find redos. I did that for
Right,
a very long time. But
right.
I started, and then I was stenciling, and I started to run out of room. I was, I'm also a designer with Chalk Couture, and I'd run out of wall space on my walls. So that's
I'm also a
why I
chocolate.
started moving more to creating in books, just because you can put
We
them
have
up on a
so much
shelf.
in common
Yeah.
because I'm also a chocolate designer. I just recently did that. Um, and
We have a
then
lot in common, Amanda.
I know. And I've recently just painted my first couple pieces of furniture. So we have a lot in common.
We really do. How fun is that?
It is great.
Hmm. I have something I really want to use, but it's almost too big. I mean, guys, look at how little it is. It's not
Yeah,
even big, but
I
it's
love it.
almost too big for this card. I'm trying to decide.
Yes, it's awesome. Oh, Kat, I'm so sorry. She said she loves watching the American and Canadian crafting people, but she can't get the products due to shipping.
Oh, that stinks.
It
Listen, this is why junk journaling is the bomb.com, right? So if you cannot get decks of cards or the artist trading cards, like I sell them in my shop, right? If you can't get the plain ones, cut your cardstock, cut a cereal box, and decorate the graphics off of, that show that it's a cereal box. Decorate that part and leave
right.
the brown part brown. That would be a great surface for making artist trading cards. Maybe we should throw out some more ideas, Amanda, about the surface itself. Like, what could we use that we might have on hand already or can easily get to cut out to make these cards? They're always 2.5, well, generally 2.5 by 3.5 inches.
Yeah.
They're not very big.
No, they're not. And I mean, I loved your cardboard idea. I absolutely loved that, what you did earlier. And you could certainly do that with these.
Right.
A
You
little
absolutely could.
thicker,
Yeah.
so if you're going to trade them, that might be an option for if you're going to trade in person versus ship,
Yeah.
but you can still ship, I mean, it's not that expensive to
No,
ship the cardboard.
agreed.
Um, I just want to make sure it's well adhered, although I'm going to put more on it, so I don't think we're going to have a problem with it being not well adhered. Um, yes, junk mail also make great surfaces that you can cut out because they're like this big, and then you could probably cut two or three maybe,
Yeah. And
depending on the size.
some of the things that you get are really beautiful, like card stock material. They're nice and
Yeah,
thick and hefty, so they'll hold up really well.
right. Like all of those. I don't know if y'all did this, but I used to do this. Don't do it anymore. Got rid of them. But anyway, I probably should have saved them. All those coupons from Bed Bath Beyond that they send you every month that you
Yeah.
never use,
Yep.
or maybe you stacked them and used them like for something big.
That's exactly right. Those
You
would be
could use
perfect for that.
those. They would be perfect. Um, just go cut out my cards. Now I won't throw away these little pieces that I'm gonna have like between the cards. I will save those and I will just layer them because I didn't pay any attention when I laid the cardboard, the paper on top, like how they were. It was just how it was.
That's how it was. I love it. So fun.
I get those fake cards that are fake credit cards. Oh, yes, they
There
would
you
be good
go.
too.
That's perfect.
That's like a great size.
Who
Yes,
said that? Christy Reynolds. That's very smart.
it is very smart.
Yeah. So this is why it's really hard for me. And I get the mail, and then I'm like, oh, I could use this. I could use this. And then I have this pile of stuff that I have to go through because saying that I could use it and then actually using it is,
Right,
sometimes it just sits in my collection for long enough. And I'm like, okay, clearly I'm not going to use this. I can throw it out. Because there's
right.
always junk mail coming new every day.
Every day, every day. My
More
mailbox
junk
is
mail.
full of it.
Never shortage of that.
I would think
Okay.
even maybe some magazines would be a great thing. Like, you get those like little catalogs in the mail and that never seem to go away. Like you buy one thing and then you're constantly I bought my granddaughter one of these like dolls. What was the company called? I can't remember. She's now 12 years old and she is no longer into dolls. I am still getting
The catalogs.
the
Yeah.
catalog for these dolls. They're
Yeah.
like they're not life obviously, but they're life like silicone dolls. They're kind of
Yeah.
creepy. Personally, I'm like, I don't mind buying you one, but just keep them at your house.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because in one of the vintage groups lately, there's been a lot of sharing of dolls.
Hmm.
I don't know if I didn't feel like this when I was a girl, but now as a woman, I do find some of them super creepy.
They are. I find them a little bit on the creepy side,
Yeah.
and
So
then
some of us love them, and some are just like, no, thank you, that's not my jam.
no, not my jam, right? I mean, it's fine, but it's like I look at them, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that doll moved. Like, did you move? Did your head move? And then like, it didn't, but at the same time, you're like,
You're
no,
just wondering.
it's a creep factor to
Yeah,
me.
there is a creep factor there. So yes, all of these are good ideas. I just went through the other night in one of my groups. We went through the magazines and catalogs that I have on hand, and all I did was pull out all of the images that I can use in my
Right,
making cards or my art journal pages. Yep, and I'm get rid of the catalog because I don't need the bulk of it. I just want to pull the images out, whether it be a
right,
potted plant or a beach scene or whatever it is. I like to pull them out so I have them available. Just put them
yeah,
in folders. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, well, there's so much circulating out there. I bet your local library too. I know that when their magazines, when they're out of circulation, that I think they just recycle them. So I bet
They do,
you could get on their local like libraries list and just say, I will volunteer to come pick them up. If you get rid of them like once a month, I'll come pick them up and get rid of them for you.
right,
They would love it because then they don't have to haul it to recycling or
right.
have it pay to have it picked up. You're getting the free magazines. They're getting the help with recycling them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of recycle.
Had a similar idea, like if you know somebody from a doctor's office,
Oh yeah,
or she even said, or local library, who would give you some of their outdated books, and that's true. They're outdated magazines, not books. But my library, our local library has twice a year. Sorry, not a month. Once in the spring and once in the summer, they have what's called Friends of the Library sale. And if you have old books, you can take them there and
that's
like give
exactly.
them to them, and then they put like $1, 50 cents,
Yeah.
$2, and then you can buy them. And
Yes.
that's a great way to get like a really old book to just
Right.
don't
Yeah,
tell
I get a lot of books.
everybody.
My local library does the same thing, and I get a lot of my books for my altered books and my napkin keepsake journal from. In fact, this one might be. I think this is an old library book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still has the library pocket on the inside, And so we decorated the outside. That's lovely Lena. Amanda, you probably recognize her. The decoupage paper.
Uh-huh. Oh, I
And then
love
I just cut up a doily and glued part of it there and part of it here. And this is my keepsake journal for my napkins. It's where
I love it.
my leftover napkins that I'm not using anymore.
Nice. Oh, I love that bunny.
Glue them in there. Aren't they cute? That it's like you have, when you buy a napkin, you use it to decorate or create something, and then you have a couple more panels left, and you're like,
right. Like, that's a great idea.
Mine was sitting in a plastic bin, and the bin is so full. I had to come up with a way of. I don't want to throw them out. I want to keep them.
Right.
But I don't want them in that bin anymore because it's just taking up room on my shelf. So that's why I came up with the napkin keepsake journal. It's where I'm going to glue all my pretty napkins that I love and that I've used before. The extra panels are going to go in there.
Yeah, Christy says cut out pictures, cut out words. Yeah, but if you go to a library sale and you buy those old books, do not tell them that you were going to cut them up because you might get people upset.
I know. That is it. I know it's hard to accept, but honestly, these things will end up in the garbage if someone doesn't use them. So I always feel like we're helping. Yeah. I hate to see them just get thrown out. I say, let's find some fun ways to use them. Okay. I've resorted to using my finger.
Nice.
To get my paint on my edges of my card. I'm done with mine basically.
Good Lord.
I'll show you in a second. I'm going to, you guys, my sewing machine is right here and I'm going to put a few stitches in it. So you'll,
cool.
But I'm pretty much done. Hang tight. I'll show you here in a second. I'm just adding a little more color because I remember I gessoed it in black.
Right.
And then I grabbed this. What color is this? Sawgrass green. And I stenciled a little bit on it. So I have some stenciling texture there. And then I put my images, my fabric and images on. And then I'm adding a little more of the green paint. And I'm going to stitch and then they'll be done. Cool. I'll show you. Excuse me.
My paper down on mine and I've got them cut out. And then I have some really great little backgrounds to figure out what I want to do with them.
I love that you have so many at once. That's so smart.
And
I need to take a drink of water. I have a tickle. I'm going to mute for a second.
Oh, you're fine. Michelle told me about these, or I saw her use these, and I thought, well, you know what? That's kind of cool. And so this says hobby. What a great word for us to get. And so maybe we just pick out a few of these. If I get a word I don't like, I'll just pick another word. Like, I don't want that word.
That's the way to do it. I have those too. They're fabulous, those dictionary words.
Yeah, maybe for just like a couple of them, just, to just have some fun with. Like, this one says chemist. And I have something over there I can go grab that I think would be perfect for that. And this says hobby, a small blackish. This says hobby, a small blackish falcon with a whitish chest and chestnut legs. Or I guess, and then another one is an activity engaged in for pleasure and relaxation during spare time.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I'm like, I did not know there was a bird called a hobby.
No, I didn't either.
And so then I have these small little stamps. And so let's see what kind of stamps I can come up with that kind of look like a chemist. I don't know. I'm like, I have no idea.
Sometimes I think it's okay that things are not necessarily
right
or related, because to me, it just makes your mind wonder, like, what was going through the person's mind when they put this all together? It just sparks ideas.
That was like a good thing to add to that.
The chemist, I like it. I say go for it.
I'm
going to mute so I can stitch. So I'll be right there stitching away.
You're fine. I'm going to grab my other little thing over here that has bottles in it. Let's see. I have, I think, 3. different ones. If I can sit in my chair without falling in my chair. But I have all my bins down here in front of me. So I have literally like one spot for my foot to fit one direction. Hi, Jean. How are you? We are working on artist trading cards. How about adding some gems? Oh, you could do that too. You could 100% do that. And so you don't mind magazines to cut up. Yeah, exactly. You can usually find magazines. I know in the grocery store, I used to, my first, well, not my first job, my third job, I guess, growing up. I was like 16. My very first job, I was the Easter Bunny at the mall. That was my very first job. And then I worked at a pet store for a little while. And then I worked at a grocery store. And at the grocery store, I will tell you, when the magazines are done for the month, they rip the cover off and throw them away. And so
That's exactly what I was getting at. Like, if you know it's going to end up in the garbage, but let's grab them and find some pretty things that we can take out of those books to use in
right.
our
And
creativity.
you could just go and ask for, ask probably the manager, and they would probably be happy to give you some, because
Yeah,
they just tear them off and
right.
throw them away.
Exactly. All right. Well, I've got one stitched up. I'm going to go do the other one.
Okay. Yeah, it is. And it's so amazing because it's one paper, and yet all of them they all look very different. I love that. And so this is the Andy Skinner paper, Decoupage Queen Andy Skinner. I have it on my website. Grace probably has it on her website too. If not, she can get it because she's also a Decoupage Queen retailer. So let's see. I'm just looking for like kind of a cool bottle. I think I kind of like that one. And
We get quiet when we're doing
I
our thing.
know when you're like, I'm kind of focused, and I'm like, I don't know, I get all quiet.
It reminds me of being, that I don't do it anymore. I used to go to scrapbooking retreats and quilting retreats.
Uh-huh.
With my girlfriends here who live locally, and we would travel, maybe a couple hours away and go to like a Bible camp or something where they were hosting one of these things. And
Right.
this is what would happen. We'd chat, 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 and we'd be snacking and drinking our coffee and chatting. And then suddenly it would just be complete quiet and everybody's focusing.
Right. Everybody's like trying to like figure out like what to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna actually do a little thing you did. I had to get a different box because I also have a spray paint box, but my box of spray paint boxes is big. So I got a little smaller one here.
That works. Just something to contain the liquid.
Right. And so I thought I would just try some of these and see what they look like. I think it's really cool that you're stitching on it.
Yes, I've got my stitching done. So I'm just
Christy's asking, where did you stitch?
I stitched around the edges of both of them. So I'll show you. So it's actually easier to see on the back side.
That's
Stitching
cool.
because it's just off-white thread. So it doesn't show up super bold. I mean, of course you could change whatever color thread you have. I just always use whatever's in my thing. I don't get too worked up. This one I just did a straight stitch. The other one was a zigzag stitch, but you can see. And I love things to be texturized, and I love 3D, like dimensional. So I usually keep my textiles See, the cheesecloth is under there. I usually keep them kind of puffed up a little so that you can see that it's a fabric or a thread or like embroidery floss or whatever it is that you used. Because I really like that look.
I like it too.
I think my glue bottle is jammed up. Darn it. I hate when that happens. Let's see if I can get it.
Now, have you used the Pen Tart glue for paper? Have you used that?
No. What format does it come in? Like a bottle?
It looks like this.
I haven't.
Okay.
Do you have it? Do you like it?
I have not used it as enough yet to know, but I think so.
Oh, good.
So
I haven't found a Pen Tart that I don't like yet.
I was gonna say I haven't either.
I'm getting more and more confident. Like, I don't like to put something in my shop until I've tried it and I feel confident that it's a good thing. So I won't. I have their textile decoupage and I haven't put it in my shop yet because I haven't even used it myself.
What?
But I will say, like, I'm getting really confident that it's just a quality product. Pen Tart stuff is awesome.
Yeah, it is. It really is awesome. I've had it. I've carried it for a while now, and I love it. Like maybe not quite a year, but close. Coming up on a year, I've carried her products, and I love them.
I might do some embossing on mine.
Oh, I have some embossing that actually I got from there too, and I love it. Now I use that quite a bit. I'm just spraying a little bit of this mixed media iridescent on my cards that I'm going to be putting these on.
Okay.
Got a little bit heavier on that one. That's okay. I don't really care. Where do you the hoops to hold on. Where can you purchase the hoops to attach charms to the cards? I would think from like Amazon. I would seem like the little jewelry ones, right?
Right. Walmart has them in their jewelry section. If you have a Walmart local, if you don't like to shop the Walmart, for any hobby store where they sell the jewelry, would have them.
Crafters have used fabric glue. Yes, that's a good thing too.
All right, I gotta test something out, girls. I gotta test something before I put it on my card. Let's see, I have something that somebody gifted to me.
That's what these are. These have been gifted, and I'm like, I just want to test them out and see like what do they look like.
Before I go in on my card, I'm gonna just put a little bit of this powder on and melt it and see what it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, how's this gonna work? It's so fine, the powder, that it's blowing all over the place. I don't know that I need to use the liquid.
Do you need to use like a little bit of glue?
Can I show you this, Amanda?
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Baked texture, vintage beeswax. Huh.
So it looks like it's not quite as fine as my embossing powders.
Right.
It's a little more granular. It almost looks like a white sand on a sandy beach. I suppose I could use my embossing glue. I didn't think I would need it because if it's beeswax, it should just melt. But it's just blowing all over the place. Let's try a little embossing glue first.
A little embossing glue, it would stick maybe.
That's what I'm gonna try. See, this is why we experiment before we go in, because
exactly. Sometimes you just need to know, like, what is it that I'm expecting? What is this thing supposed to do?
All right, now it's sticking on the card, so at least I know. And the embossing fluid will work the same, I imagine, even though it's beeswax.
Yeah, I would imagine. Now, I will say I use their express glue all the time, the Pen Tart express glue. For like wood pieces and parts and things like that. I love that.
You do?
Oh, yes. So if this is anything like that, it's going to be totally awesome. And the thing that was described about this glue is that, you know how sometimes when you put glue on paper, it kind of like buckles?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do that.
Oh,
So,
well, that would be a huge benefit because
yeah,
liquid glues, that's what they do to paper.
right. They buckle it. And so it's not supposed to do that. Um, so that makes me very happy. And that's why I got it, because, you know, when you do your junk journaling and stuff, you sometimes buckle the pages of your book.
Right.
And
Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. It's like embossing powder. But it feels waxy. See, can you see that shiny
oh,
like
yeah.
spot in the middle of this little
Oh, that's
card?
pretty awesome. Yeah, I can see that.
But it does have a waxy feel to it, but it looks like embossing powder. So I guess you use it the same.
I guess. That product sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
it is.
Somebody gifted it to me, right? Well, how
It
cool is
is
that?
very cool.
All right, I'm gonna use the little embossing glue applicator that's like a pen so that I can really control where it goes.
I used my last mixed media wipe last night when I was doing my art and resin piece. And so now I'm just
Oh,
like going old school and just pouring a little water on my hand.
yeah, yeah, go old
From
school.
one
I
of my
love it.
bottles that I've gotten left down here because my yeah, my paint and retreat was this past week, and we did the last step last night with adding the glass and resin, and I was like, okay, my last mixed media wipe.
How did it go? Your
It
session?
went really well. It went really
Good.
well.
Real
Um,
quick.
some of the folks are here watching. Um, I don't know what this is. I've never used it. It was sent to me. It's called Stardust Squirts, Starburst Squirts. The name is quite interesting.
It's a fun name. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I'm liking like what does it do? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm putting it on this paper here and I'm gonna dry it just to see. It looks like it's kind of like it's definitely squirts. I'm not sure that's a good kind. I want to see what it looks like when it's like done and dried.
I have to use my tweezer to hold my card because it's so little. And if I hold it in my fingers burn with this thing.
Oh yeah.
Got to be careful.
Yep.
This little heat tool gets hot.
It gets hot. Yeah, it does. I like that it's so quiet, that tool is. I
Yes,
like the fact that it's so quiet.
so nice. Oh, here they go. Now it's melting.
That's interesting. It kind of leaves like an iridescent type, like, I don't know. I don't know that I want it on my card. Like, I don't think I'm going to squirt it, but I think I'm just going to apply it with my finger and let it dry and see what we like. I have never used this before. A friend of mine, Terry Lightsey, she sent me a little box of all kind of these goodies. And
It's funny to me, Amanda, that we're both trying something out that we've never used before.
I
And
know
I
it's
don't normally do that on a live. Usually I know exactly what I'm doing and the product and
great. Me too.
so
Usually
we're
that's
both
why,
experimenting today. That worked out well.
although I'm usually pretty big on spirit experiment. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. We're just doing, but
That's mixed media. That's like the whole beauty of it.
it is.
Finding new ways to use your supplies and you get different results using it different ways.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of loving that. I'm kind of loving the way it changed that from the can you see that? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But it
I
kind of
can
like
see it.
darkened it and
Yeah.
then it's kind of like a greeny, purpley hue to it behind.
Very cool. Yeah, you can definitely see the sheen, especially when you move the card around.
Right.
Okay, I'm not sure that the wax, I would say that those little wax beads that I showed you guys, they have a bit of a sheen, but they're not nearly as glossy as an embossing powder is.
Okay.
You know, like how when you have an embossing powder, especially a metallic one, that it shows a lot of sheen. This is not, it's showing it, but it's not nearly like what an embossing powder does.
Right.
Interesting.
All right, come on. I think you're a sticker. I'm like, I don't know if it's a sticker or not. Does it say it's a sticker? I don't know. I thought it kind of doesn't feel like, it kind of feels like one and doesn't feel like one at the exact same time.
Okay, you guys, I said that I was done with this. This little graphic here that has the phrase on the bottom, it was 2 daffodils on a piece of green paper, and the daffodils are very faint. Now that I've put the wax on them, you can hardly see them. So I'm going to add a butterfly to the front, another butterfly. I already put the one above the daffodils, but I'm going to add another one as a focal point because the flowers just kind of got like melted into the background. It's so weird. We're just going to change our mind and add another butterfly.
That's right.
We're pivoting quickly. Find other ways to do it.
Sometimes, you know, as you're doing something, it just hits you like, oh, I want to add that.
Right. Yeah, I've been thinking about it lately. I have a lot of supplies that I don't use because they're not within rolling distance of my seat right now.
Right. You're like, you can't just roll over there and grab them. And
this room, you guys, that's so funny. This room, I know that makes me sound like a super lazy gal, but this room has a lot of stuff over there and a lot of stuff over there that when I'm live, especially, I don't like to like get up and leave the camera view. So I just don't use them because they're not within rolling distance. So I've been thinking about like rearranging my drawers here because there are some things in these drawers that I hardly ever use. I'm going to get them out of there and put the stuff I want to use more often right at my fingertips so that it's not so difficult to get to them.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, you have to live it to know, like to learn it. Like I've been crafting them for a long time and I just decided this recently, like I see something, I'm like, why am I not using this? This is a fabulous tool. Well, it's because it's not near me when I'm
It's because it's behind or over there. I do the same thing. I have like a whole big room. And sometimes in my life, I'm like, wait a minute, let me go get, because at the time I'm not thinking about using it. And then you just like all of a sudden want it.
Right.
And then you're like, have to go and grab it, or you forgot to get it when you sat down and hit that live button. I've done
that's what it is. And you can't very well just like say, okay, guys, give me 10 minutes. I'm going to go dig that thing out.
Right.
And that's what it is. Sometimes bin upon bin upon bin in here. And you need to like move 3 of them to get to that one that's underneath.
Right.
Okay, that's much better focal point.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cute little butterflies. And this one I just used a floral sticker on for my focal.
Nice. I swear I think these are stickers, and then I don't think they're stickers all at the same time. I don't know.
Those washi tape stickers, they are so hard to get the backing on.
Not sticky. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if they're just stickers or paper. I thought they were stickers, but dang.
The
back off of them.
The backing is very, very, very thin and really difficult to get off. It's like trying to separate your napkin plies. It's really hard. Yeah.
And so, there we go. I got it on this one. Although she's not really the girl I want. So these are stickers. I just answered that question. They are stickers.
All right, I'm going to work on my other.
I would like to have lots of women's stickers and not lots of men's stickers. Not that it really matters, because a woman can be a chemist, but.
Right. No, but I know what you're saying. That's what I was asking earlier about the fabrics that I used on my those mixed media cards. because I wanted manly fabrics.
Right.
Because you're going to put boys in the front, you kind of want it to jive, right?
Right.
So, all right. I'm going into my spray box. I sprayed my cardboard. I'm going to work on these again because
Cool.
I've got time
Yeah, we got a few more minutes.
to pull these apart.
I gotta hurry up. I gotta move it. I gotta pick what I want to use. I think I'm just like in overwhelm of like too much stuff, and then it's like, well, what do I pick? What do I pick?
I know that happens too. I definitely have I like flower, like for focal points, flowers. I like people. I like butterflies. I tend to do a lot of those, and I think I need to start buying stuff that aren't those things, because I don't have a lot of other stuff in my collection of things to work with.
Right.
Because that just tends to be my personal preference,
Right. Me also. It's like, okay, hobby sounded great until you're like, okay, let me find something that kind of goes with that. And then
that's, what that is the nice thing about buying digitals off of Etsy is they're generally not very expensive, and you can have a pretty big collection of stuff without having to have the paper on, in a shelf.
Right. And you go grab them and
just print out what you need. Exactly. And
right. Print what you need and go. Yeah, I have lots of stuff. Sherry, you have no idea. You have no earthly idea the stuff I have.
Sherry saying that to you?
Yeah. He's like, you have lots of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's.
Yep. I think that's the creative way, the crafter's way, the artist's way.
Right. It's like you have to have all the stuff.
Because you might need it. You might some point need it, right?
Simply, or you just, I don't know, that urge to do, and I don't know, but it's like I said, 20 years ago, I have like vintage papers from 20 years ago. Like literally some of the stuff has been around from when I did scrapbooking, and probably truth be told 30 years ago.
That's pretty cool. It really is like authentic.
I really did do the math, like and so
I'm prepping more cards. I know I'm in my spray box, so I'm sure everybody can't see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm squirting some gesso on these cardboard cards. I think it would be really fun to cut cardboard into a TC artist trading card size and use them. They are thick, but it would be a really fun.
I would think so too.
Alternative,
I think so also. And oh yeah, you can certainly print on your rice paper.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. You printed your July schedule on a piece of rice paper.
Oh gosh. That's the fanciest schedule ever.
That's right. You're like, I can decoupage that onto my calendar. And there you go. That's funny.
I know that sounds, I hope that's not too loud.
No, it's fine.
We're trying to get in the grooves with my gesso. I need more gesso. That's definitely
vintage ladies, and I want to use this vintage lady, but it's like at the same time I can't find the right one. Maybe that one is a good one.
She said, I try not to buy things unless it's for a project that is going to be completed.
Yes.
That's smart.
That is. I tend to buy a lot of stuff.
I've been reining that in. Like I have so much stuff in my home already to create with.
Right.
There's just no need to spend any more of my cash. I got 2 boys getting ready to go to college soon.
Right.
So I need to My dollars would be spent better getting them through that before I
Right.
buy more fabric or.
Right. You're like, I got priorities now. I got 2 kids going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely need to just use what you have.
And there's such a satisfaction to that. Like
It is.
it makes me so happy when I can say, wow, I created that. I didn't even have to buy almost anything. Glue is a consumable. Paint is a consumable. Like you're gonna run out of paint eventually. I'm gonna run out of gesso eventually. I use it all
Right.
the time.
Right.
Glue, tape. I mean, those are the things that it's like having milk and eggs in your kitchen for cooking. They're staples.
Right.
But then there's a lot of stuff that it's like, Grace, are you really going to use that? Are you really good? Like what Sherry said, unless it's for a particular project that it's needed. I
Right.
always figure it'll still be in the store tomorrow. It's not like it's the last one in the world.
Right.
I can go get it tomorrow if I change my mind and I really need it. So I try really hard to just use what I got on hand. Well, I'm a big advocate that for my craft group. I try really hard to give them projects that we're just going to use what you probably already have this on hand.
Right.
And
Right.
then what I also do is say, okay, I'm going to create this project. Look, where's my mermaid here? This mermaid
Mm-hmm.
in the craft club a couple of years ago. It's a
Oh,
big
nice.
16 by 20 canvas that we painted. We
Right.
were exploring, you can't see it from where you guys are, but the tail itself has like different sheened purples. Like, so some of them are metallics, some of them are pearlized, and some of them are shimmer paints. And there is a difference between them all. So we did a workshop at like a little session on the differences between the types of sheens that paints come in. Then we created this. So whenever I created it for myself, just to make sure that that's what we we're going to do, and then I said to them, I'm doing my second one in my 16 by 20 book. I'm not in my art journal. I'm not going to do another canvas, but you
Right.
can do it on canvas. You could do it on like a wood panel. If you have a wood panel about the same size, you could do it on that. You could do it on an old mirror that you've been wondering what to do with. You could.
Right.
There's so many things that you can pick up that you probably have laying around your house, not serving any purpose. You could do it on a big piece of cardboard. I mean, it doesn't have to be a canvas panel if you don't have one. So
Right.
I'm a huge, huge fan of using what you got.
Use what you got.
Mm-hmm. Oh my word. I washed my paintbrushes yesterday and the bin practically full again.
I know.
Happy.
Well, you've been live several times today, so
I've been busy lately. Yeah.
and you always are like, what you do, you need like a fresh paintbrush, and so
Right.
it.
I got a lot of gesso on my fingers. Oh boy, clean that up.
Me too.
I'm gonna get it on everything. There we go. Huggies. That's another disposable. Our little wipes for our fingers and our tables. That's something you're always gonna need.
Yeah, that's something you always have to have, and there's things you always have to have.
Yeah.
But then there's, things you can save on.
That is really actually, I haven't really thought about it before, but those of us who consider ourselves mixed media artists, as opposed to someone who paints, they're painters and they paint on canvas, generally, right? Or maybe they paint on furniture. There's a few things that they paint on. Mixed media artists, we are so clever about, I'm going to use this cereal box to make this, or I'm going to use this piece of cardboard to create this. I love that we're so
Little scrappier, I guess.
Yeah.
I tend to paint on canvas, so I'm one of those canvas painters, or I have been forever. I don't want to say forever, but for a while. But I'm moving more and more and more into like other, kind of like you said, painting on different surfaces and stuff. And I'm not crazy about that.
I have a huge not watering can. Those like milk cans, those metal ones, those old vintage ones.
Oh, yeah.
We have one in our yard that was here when we bought the house, but it's all rusted and stuff. And I've been thinking about like sanding it down, putting a primer on it, and painting something on it.
Right.
Because if it's in my yard and it's super cute, I usually put like plants in it. but I just can't decide what to put on it. I don't know if I want to put the American flag or a sunflower or something that a sunflower seed. I live in North Dakota and we have a lot of snow in the winter.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to pull it in. It's always out in the yard. So I have to find something that would work year round.
Year round, right?
The American flag would work year round. That's patriotic and nice to have. So
yeah, American flag.
What I do.
I'm going to put a little bit of embossing powder on mine, and then I think I'm going to be pretty much done with these. And then I'll finish these up later. I just kind of wanted to have a background done.
Yep.
But I'm going to use the Decor Tacky Glue for my embossing powders.
What kind is it?
It's Decor. It's the Pentart Decor Tacking Glue.
Got it.
And the thing I like about it is you can just paint it on where you want it. You don't have to worry about stamping like the embossing.
Sure.
And I know you can get like the ink that you could put a paintbrush into. You could do that. But this works well. I'm just putting a little bit around it just to have a little bit of she's got like this veil in her hand, like fabric or something. That was the closest thing I could get to maybe a hobby. Maybe she's creating a veil. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it.
Like that was the only thing I could think of. And so when I was looking through my stash of stuff that's like a hobby, but I'm going to put that on. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my chemist here just because, I don't know, I want to just zhuzh up that bottle. I don't like that white around that bottle as much.
Oh, sure. I can see it. I see what you're saying.
And so I'm just going to use a little bit. I like these vintage stickers, but I don't like the white around them. I wish that wasn't there, but that is part of the sticker. So I could have trimmed it off, but I was hoping when I peeled it off, it was just going to
come with it. Yeah.
Be the background. And the lady would just be that. So I don't know how this is going to work, but
it's worth a shot.
We're going to see.
That's how you discover. That's how you decide.
And just like, I'm going to use the gold, I think, on maybe this one on the bottle. And so I'm just going to open the top up. I'm not going to do like the pour because I don't want the same color on the whole thing.
Sure.
I'm going to grab a brush and just tap my.
Oh, finally. I've been trying so hard to find a way to put this stuff on here. Like the
What is it?
This is one of these cards I'm going to finish.
Oh, yeah.
All the little elements. And I've been like trying to figure out the best way to put them on there. And I think I got it finally.
They're so cute.
Thank you.
I love them. And I agree. You should put them on your website because they would make perfect little tags for gifts.
Yeah, I think so too. What a creative, instead of a traditional like tag you would get at the stationery store.
Right.
Way to gift somebody something.
And they just work so good to just, you could hang it up. You could, they're just so cute.
They're fun to make too. That's the bonus of it all.
And it just started with cardboard. So you certainly, I don't know about you, but I certainly have plenty of cardboard.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm constantly like.
Yeah, we had somebody posted a meme recently, I think in my family chat, but it was like, my dad always used to say that, don't throw that out, that's a good box. How many good boxes can we keep?
Right, how many boxes do you need?
Yeah, eventually you just have too many boxes on hand. Yeah.
My finger is sticking to it. I don't have my heat gun high enough. I'm gonna have to turn up that heat.
I'm reading these sassy quotes, Amanda, from this
Oh,
pack of stickers. They're so funny.
you were pulling those out earlier. I'm like, I might have to. You were reading a few of them. I'm like, I'm gonna have to give me some of those. I don't think I have anything like that.
Okay, let me read a couple of them. If you don't, let me just because they're just so funny.
Yes, read a couple. I want to hear them.
Okay, this one says, life is not a fairy tale. If you lose your shoe at midnight, you're drunk. Okay, let's just find.
It's a great idea.
I'm just waiting to see if coffee chooses to use its powers for good or evil today.
I love that.
She was tempted to cause a scene. See, those are like when you have these ladies, these vintage ladies that we're putting on as our focal points. These are great little phrases to put with them.
Yeah,
Crafty and fun. I have absolutely no desire to fit in. That's a good one too.
like
there
that.
goes your chemistry thing. With it, I have no desire
Right.
to fit in.
I have no desire to fit in. Where did you get those from? Amazon?
These are Tim Holtz. I got them off Amazon.
Okay.
But they're Tim Holtz Small Talk, they're called.
Okay.
Snarky Small Talk
I'll have to look them up.
stickers.
So
I gotta find one for this one. I'm not childish. You're just a big duty head.
that's pretty funny.
Today was going great until ... people.
Oh.
Good one for the introverts.
Yep.
I was going to do something today, but I haven't finished doing nothing from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They're really cute.
That sounds like a good one. That sounds like a good one for me. Sometimes I think that's me. Like, I haven't gotten anything done.
Okay, here's two good ones too. Nothing screws up your Friday like realizing it's only Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
And then this one says, I'd love to talk, but I'm in a hurry to get home so I can be alone.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm going to use that one, I think, for this. Oh, that one's cute.
Yes, Sherry. And that's the whole part of these cards because, you can create them relatively easy. You can make them as simple or as, as complicated. I don't want to say complicated, but as intricate as you want to, detailed.
Yeah.
It's totally up to you. You can choose paints. You can choose decoupage. You can choose stickers.
Yeah, you can sew, use fabrics. You can use
fabrics.
Yep.
Ribbon. Like, that's just the beauty of them. To just, make you happy. Just make you happy.
There is that joy of just putting together things in a fun way and using up what you got. And then the trading, once you get to the trading part, that's another whole level of joy.
That's going to be the fun part.
Yeah.
Just the trading them. I know that's what I have done in the past. That's why it's like, I don't have any cards. I mean, I've made them, but it's like, I don't have any cards to show that are mine.
Well, one of the girls in my group said that to me when we were doing a trade. This was a while back, but she said, Grace, I made two of them because I didn't want to give it out. Like, I made it and I loved it so much. I just made an exact replica so I could send my secret sister one and I would keep that one for myself too. And I thought that was really smart.
And that's the thing. It's like, why have I only, I'm famous for that because until I started my business, I would just like, create for everyone else and not myself.
Yeah.
And then I've learned to just like not only create for others that I, may gift or give or whatever, but to now create for myself as much as I'm creating for, you know, everyone else.
Yeah, I
So,
do understand that. When I was quilting, when I was quilting and I did it for a few years, I don't have a single quilt myself. I made baby quilts for the babies in my family, like nieces and nephews, and I gifted some quilts away, but I never, I have, oh, excuse me, I have one, it's like a lap size quilt that I think it's downstairs in my living room, like hanging up. I do have that one, but I
well,
never made like a bed size quilt. There's, I
right.
mean, yeah, yeah.
I've
So
only made 2 quilts in my life, and I made one for and I guess this year, no, I think I have one more year of reprieve, but I better get started. I made, when my grandson was 14 and my niece was 14,
yeah.
made them a quilt. I did, hers, I did a mermaid,
Oh,
and his, I did a Yeti.
shoot.
Um, and made those are the only 2 quilts I've ever made in my life, and I gave them to them 1 year when they were turned 14, and I hadn't quite finished them. I hadn't put the like edging on it,
Yeah.
and so I was like, give it back to me and I'll finish it. And then the next year I finally finished it and gave it to him the next year. So I told him it was the gift that keeps on giving.
Right? That's true. I like that.
Like, they
It was
get the
really
same
fun,
gift
actually.
twice. Like, not just once, but you get it twice.
That's really cute, Amanda.
Okay, so I put a little embossing powder on mine just to kind of ward off that white edge. I'm not crazy about it, but it's okay. I like the bottle. I like what it did to the bottle.
I
The
can
gold
see a little bit of a sheen.
is, see, it took it away from that, and it's now like bubbly, so it looks
Mhm.
like there's like a little 3D going there.
Yep.
She likes piece and quilts, but not the rest of it. I understand that. The batting of it, the putting
They're a lot of work.
they're a lot of work. They're a lot of time
There's a lot of work. And I think what for me, this is about my attention span. I can't do it. I cannot work on a quilt for a year and that be my only project.
I
I
know,
just get so bored of it.
I know. It took a, well, like I said, and I mean, I know it was like in a bag sitting in upstairs, me not touching it for quite a few months.
Yep.
But still, it still is like time consuming to come down here
Right.
and sew it.
Yep.
But anyway, you can see my embroidery machine right there behind me.
Yeah, I do see it.
I love to, okay, I read that one. The cards I've traded, if playing cards are used or that size fit in, yes, they fit in baseball
Yes.
little things, and that's exactly right. And so on the back of these, I will just write my name and the date, and you know, who knows?
Yeah.
But I kind of like them. Kinda like
Oh,
it.
good. And now you have a bunch too that you
And
can
so, right, I
keep
have
some yourself and
something
trade
that
some.
I can just play with here
Mm-hmm.
and have a whole little vintage set of ladies. Um, you want to hold yours up, Grace, and I'll hold mine up.
Sure.
Oh, one of them is the Joker, and one of them is the Four of Hearts. Do I have a queen? I got an Ace of Hearts, a 3, a 6. Let me see what my poker hand would be. 2 Jokers,
What your poker hand would be.
2
That's
and a
funny.
5.
All
That
right.
was,
Everybody got a good look?
oh, they're cute. I love them.
really love the butterfly one. I tend to.
That one is really great.
And then this was the other one. I did piece this together. This isn't ATC size, but I got the index card done too.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love those boys, those vintage boys.
Yeah.
And so they're very pretty.
Thank you.
And here are mine. I'll do mine a little. There you go.
There they are. They are pretty. The embossing adds a lot. It's such a small step, but it adds a lot.
It adds a lot. It gives a little bit of a
extra. Mm-hmm.
Stephanie says, love them all. Very nice. Super cute words. Cool. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Yes, you're very welcome. And I'm so excited to be live with you, Grace. And I had so much fun. I hope you had fun.
I did. Of course I had fun. And like I said, we're going to be collaborating on something coming up. We're getting ready to announce it. So stay tuned, folks. Get on. I have a Telegram channel and my email list. You get on either one of those, but stay tuned on the pages, on Amanda's page, on my page. And we'll be introducing the other creatives that we're going to be collaborating with pretty soon as well. We're just going to kind of trickle this information out until we're fully ready to just launch it.
Right.
But it is an ATC card, artist trading card event and offer that's coming up.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
No, me too. So
all right, girls.
See us live again soon.
Yes. You guys have a blessed day. Thanks for hosting, Amanda.
You're most welcome. I'll see you later.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye.